While Errol Spence out here living his best life, eating, shrimp, calamari, pasta, lobster, linguine, and all that other stuff, man. And, looking like he ate I'll Be Sure and shit. Bud Crawford out here staying in shape. Bud Crawford out here diligent. Bud Crawford out here disciplined, and he's he perfected his craft. And I'm gonna link under the source link in the description, I'm gonna link a video seeing Crawford spar like 2 or 3 different people for 30 minutes. And I think it was a week ago. And this is gonna probably be a determining factor who's gonna win that fight. But let's talk about it. Little water cooler talk, Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And what I'm saying is, Bud Crawford, even though he ain't active like he should be, but you know what? Something I noticed about Bud. I used to think Errol Spence was just going to walk through Terence Bud Crawford. But you know what? Crawford is a pro's pro. Okay? Crawford, I really think, love to fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Errol Spence don't love to fight. But this dude is an animal, bro. You can just challenge this dude in the gym, and he gonna spar you. He's sparring, several guys. It ain't about who getting the better of the work, but you know what? He's staying sharp. He's staying in shape. He in Gleason's gym, sparring multiple people, bro. Getting in good work. You know what? And then you don't win sparring. You just add to your game and you gain experience. Errol Spence out here sparring rummy noodles and eating Cheetos and shit like that. And not saying that Terence Crawford, he ain't having his little fun. But this dude right here, this was about the same time this picture was posted. And look at this dude, man. He in fighting shape right now. You know what I'm saying? And that can be the difference. And I said this yesterday on my stream. I did a boxing stream yesterday, man. And I said that Sean Porter got a 5 to 7% chance increase of beating Errol Spence. You know why? Because Sean Porter is in shape. Sean Porter entered his 6th week of training camp this week or last. I think it's this week. He's been in camp for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Errol Spence like he running from camp. Okay, people say, well, Spence got a drinking problem. You can look at him and tell he been drinking. I don't know what cuz do. Okay? You know what? If he becomes an all-time great fighter, he won't be the first nor the last to be a drunk. We done had crackheads be world champions. We done had drunks be world champions. Matter of fact, a guy that had a drinking problem, he was the first person to beat Chavez Jr. I'm not going to say Chavez Sr., excuse me. I'm not going to say his name. Okay? He was the first person to beat him, and he had an alcohol problem. Allegedly. Or according to Floyd Mayweather Jr., he did. So at the end of the day, when you young, you can get away with shit like that. But you know what? When the going get tough, and you getting them championship rounds, 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds, you know what? The dude that's more disciplined to his craft, the fighter that... Look, however you look at this fight, the majority of people look at it as a 50-50 fight, and that's cool. Okay? But you look at it and you say, man, who living a better lifestyle outside the ring? And to the naked eye, just looking at how heavy Errol Spence blows up in between fights. And look at Crawford, man. You look at him spar, that was posted a week ago. That man is in some shape. Now, I don't saying they're going to fight next, because that fight might not happen for a year or two. But you know what? This man staying in shape. This dude living his best life. And people say, well, Earl will melt the weight off. Cool, that's all right. But you know what? When you abuse your body and then you strip that weight off, and you got to strip it off, eventually it's going to catch up with you. I'm saying about Gervonta Tank Davis. These dudes coming in heavy. Eventually it's going to catch up and weight with you. As you get your grown man strength and your bone density get more dense, that's how you outgrow weight classes, man. That's how you blow up real quick. When you keep draining your body of fluids to make weight, remember your brain sit in fluids. I was listening to Brother Nazim say this. A lot of these dudes draining their body and they draining the fluid out their brain. They abusing their body. And eventually your body is going to turn on you. You ain't going to have the longevity that Floyd or Bernard Hopkins had, or even Andre Ward for the most part. You're not going to be able to take a year off or two off like Andre Ward and come back and be that guy. Because you got to conduct yourself as a professional fighter. You got to be clean in your approach. You got to stay on top of your game. Errol Spence is blowing up in between fights. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying himself. And if you really believe this is a 50-50 fight between Errol and Terence, well then the smallest little thing matters. The smallest thing matters. And I believe Terence Crawford, he has a ton of advantages. I believe Errol Spence has some advantages. But if it comes down to a fight of nutrition, it comes down to a fight of who wants it the most or who got the most stamina. It ain't even gonna come down who got the most dog. If it come down to stamina and recovery and all that, man, this man right here, Crawford, staying in shape. He ain't got fights coming up. He ain't here going to war and sparring with the young bulls. He ain't got no fight coming up. He wasn't in camp. You know what I'm saying? He ain't here staying sharp, staying on top of his game. He's dedicated to his craft. You know what I'm saying? He loves to fight. He's a fighter. I question if Errol Spence is really a fighter. Do we love to fight? Now, he probably come here and say, well, you questioning me as a man. I'm not questioning you as a man. But I had that same question about a lot of fighters on PBC side. And other fighters as well, too. Anthony Joshua, I said it before. I'm not sure that he got the warrior spirit. I said that motherfucker could quit. Okay? I said it. You know what I'm saying? Javante Tank Davis, I'm not sure that he loved to fight. People get mad that's from Baltimore, but he don't, this nigga, Terence Crawford, probably not going to fight till October, November. Maybe versus Kell Brook. He out here staying sharp. He's a competitor. He love to fight. He's a fighter. He's a real fighter. Mayweather, trained like a poor motherfucker. He probably still be sparring people to stay sharp. You know what I'm saying? You would never see Floyd Mayweather look like the picture on the left. To this day, you won't see him look like that. Deontay Wilder, won't see it. But Errol and Tank, Adrian Broner, those type of guys that want to party and they don't want to train in between camps. Amir Khan is another guy like that. Dude, the cry come before the fall. And the cry is when they looking heavy like this to the last few years with Errol Spence, his inactivity, he been looking heavy like that. Oh, he overtrained for Mike. It's all these excuses why he didn't knock out Mikey. What I seen was a nigga that got tired of punching the punching bag. He got tired. And this is one of the many reasons why I'm picking Bud. You know, I just got off the horn with somebody talking about that. And you got the right to change your opinion. And I've changed my opinion 360, 180, whatever you want to call it. I've seen an improvement in Bud, and I feel like Errol Spence got a higher roof. I think Bud has already got as good as he gonna get. Yeah, he can perfect some things, but you know what? He might be Errol Spence a year ago. He might be Errol Spence right now. Errol Spence may never be as good as Bud is. He may be greater than Bud is. He still got a lot to learn, a lot to improve on. But what I'm saying is, a pro's pro, okay, don't look like that on the left on a consistent basis, dog. They don't look like that, man. They don't get heavy like that, man. They not gonna do that. This man Crawford is already in savage mode. And I'll link that sparring in the description, man. And people gonna be like, oh, you hating on him and whatever it may be. But the dude on the right, I don't question if he love to fight. I don't question if he a pro's pro. The dude on the left, I got questions about that, man. But it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have business question, inquiry, response, share video requests. Continue to share the videos. And I linked that sparring in the description of the source link. Appreciate the love, support.